To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Hey neighbors, when your claims get hard to file, State Farm's got the switch it up style. Great rates save you cash, so if you come join us, you'll get your coins up. Oh, now you know you can save that dough, and you're covered on your ride and your home. For great service on the low, then call up State Farm. It's time to switch it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Steve, I could have used this service growing up. They got a new service. It's an anti-bullying service. Okay. It's being offered in South Korea. I would have done this. I wouldn't have had the cash to do it, but I would hope that maybe somebody would do it. It's called an uncle service. And parents can hire intimidating dudes to pose as uncles for their kids in South Korea. That way they're protected from bullies. Because I don't know why people would think that anywhere in Korea there would be anybody that would be bullying anybody. There's not like anything going on that would make you think that. Wow. So you can hire an uncle. It's $350 a day. And what happens is here's what you get, because you get 3 packages.
Okay.
So for $350 a day, you get the evidence package where a fake uncle secretly films the kid getting bullied, then turns over those tapes to the school board, tells them they better do something, or to the school, or he'll go to the school board.
And that's okay.
So you got video. That'll cost you $350.
That's like the snitch plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
The uncle package is where the guy walks a kid to and from school and gives, quote, a stern warning to his bullies.
Hey, yo.
It's right.
I'm the tough uncle.
That's $440 a day. And then if you want to go big time, try the chaperone package, where the fake uncle goes wherever the bully's parents work, confronts them, and protests in front of their building, yelling, "A parent of a bully works here."
Whoa.
I love that. That I love. That cost you just about $1,700, for 4 visits.
It sounds about right with the old escalation.
Dude,
on
I
that.
love to go where they work and protest. That to me that's perfect.
I don't know why I'm picturing all these uncles. It's kind of like what the mall Santas, they all gather at the same bar after they're done doing their job. But I want to be at the bar where all the uncles are and just kind of hear their perspective. Like, yeah, this guy just gave me $1,700, and I yell at his coworkers.
Wow.
It's kind of stupid, but I'm tough looking, so it works out really well for me.
I wish we could do that here. I just don't think we can get away with it here.
How about just give power to a little self-defense?
Give power to the wimpy kid.
You can put your money towards maybe giving your kids some karate or jiu-jitsu lessons or something.
Come on, Cobra Kai boy. We're not going to do it that way. We're going to
hire an adult to go intimidate some people.
Oh, I love the whole mob mentality. The whole mobster guy, though.
The dumbest thing ever.
I love it. Hey, how you doing? I'm Jimmy's uncle.
How about give your kid all that money that you spent on this stupid uncle and just say, hey, go bribe these kids.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. You're right.
You could probably say it and keep whatever's left for yourself. That'll teach you money management and also how to handle bullies.
See, that's what I did when I went and found the toughest kid in school and thought, if I can make this guy my buddy somehow. So I invited him over and it turns out he had no friends. Uh-huh. So it was like, this was the greatest thing in the world. I was always picked on. I went to the toughest kid in the school and I told my mom, I got my best friend guy. When I brought him over, they could tell this kid was going to be in jail in about 2 years. And my parents were so worried. They go,
look at both you and your daughter attracted to men that turned out to be prisoners.
Hey, listen, buddy. Something about a man in uniform, Steve. What can I tell you?
Wow. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
No, hey, really, it doesn't. Orange is the new black, Steve.
Yeah, clearly.
Right. Don't knock it until you tried it. Prison wine. Yeah. Hey, I got some.
I'm picturing you like the cartoon that had the little, like the cartoon guy handled the brain part, and then they had like the big monster
Exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
That was you. Back
Yeah, that would be me. And it was great for a while, but then it didn't last long. I think I got too. Like, you're my man. You'll do what I say, kind of.
A little too stage 5 clingy.
Yeah, a little too controlling, a little too like lorded it over a little bit, and then he was done with me.
Seriously, they totally stole this all from Owen Wilson's movie Drill Bit Taylor. Great movie. I forgot about that.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, watch it. It's a classic.
How much do you like it?
A lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah. I think I only fell asleep on it once, but I finished it.
Only once? Yeah, if you only fall asleep on it once, then it's a great movie.
I mean, it's very highly reviewed at 26%.
Of course it is. What about users?
44.
Thank you.
Yeah, 44 is also not a very good number.
It's above 43?
Yeah, you're right. That's, you know what? So far, math, you still got control of that, my friend.
Thank you.
There you go. I got some great news for you.
What happened?
Well, I don't know about for you, but for some of the fine folks that like to engage in the cannabis. Cannabis is about to, the rumor is there's talks with a gigantic company to infuse their product with cannabis.
Valtrex.
What? Why would the herpes people think, here's what we need to do? We need to be involved with cannabis.
What's the leap in logic for that one?
I'd like to know.
I really don't want to know.
I guess
There
you're
is
right
none.
there, yeah.
Just get high and deal with your itches.
That's the tagline right there.
Brand new day.
Yeah. So again, I'm not going to watch that movie you recommended.
It's a classic.
I just think I'm going to skip that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Coca-Cola.
What about them?
Spoiler alert! There it is. It's part of the story we were talking about.
So Weed Coke?
Weed Coke. They're in partnership talks with a Canadian company called Aurora Cannabis to develop new health drinks infused with cannabis.
Coca Cannabis.
Well, I don't know if they're actually going to put it in Coca-Cola itself, but the Coca-Cola company, though I would love to have Weed Coke. I would love to have that.
From the creators that used to put cocaine in their drinks.
Exactly.
We now put cannabis.
Well, that would be the circle is complete, wouldn't it? If it's like they were, now we know why people like Coca-Cola so much, but you got to take that Coke out of there.
Bless you. And also, I think that would be a great marketing campaign. Have a nice cold cannabis of
Yes.
Coke.
Yeah. They're in talks about adding CBD, the non-psychoactive ingredient in cannabis that can be used to treat pain or anxiety, to their soda. I would love this. God, I want this so much.
The CBD thing is starting to get, I think, a lot more mainstream, just because there's a lot of people in the health world. I never knew this. My wife's big into the health world, and I have a couple buddies that are big in, like Jay Ferrugia, who's a guy that does like a Renegade Radio podcast, and he's a good dude, and he's all about fitness, and he preaches the good word about CBD as helping with inflammation and dealing and it's not about getting high at all. It's just about handling just anxiety, stress, and inflammation.
Yeah, this would be the first major manufacturer that would do this move. Who doesn't manufacture non-alcohol? Who does manufacture non-alcoholic drink? I can say it. Non-alcoholic drinks. So in other words, the first non-alcoholic major company would be doing this.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And Coca-Cola is a very smart company, which leads me to believe they start this. This could really, really help the legalization process speed up a big time in our country. If this happens. That's why I want
Mountain Dew do this, because that would just be counterintuitive, right?
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Get really extreme and then chill.
Yeah, you're not going to see that from Red Bull or anybody.
But would you start seeing them, because they already have the weed-infused soda. Granted, this isn't weed-infused, so you're not getting stoned from it. But, at some of the recreational shops, they do sell the random drinks with weed in it, or THC, whatever.
I want the CBD. I'm not.
You're not looking to get baked.
No, I would love to reduce anxiety plus inflammation. As you get older, inflammation is the thing that they always tell you about. It's a killer. Watch your food. Watch this. Watch that. And so, if CBD can make that happen, a lot of folks are going to be happier. We got to get this done. We have to stop. And really, it's the pharmaceutical companies that we need to go. Hey, go blank yourselves and stop this, because you're ruining our lives because you want to make money and don't want CBD to be prevalent. So I'm all for it.
It's funny though that the ones that do have, that will get you high, whether it be via sativa or indica, whatever hybrid, the drink one. Sometimes they're not one serving. Sometimes they're not even 2 servings. Some of those cans or those bottles are meant to be 10 servings.
See that? Yeah, you can't.
So you got to read.
I know,
but that's fun when you have a buddy who didn't read.
Oh boy!
I remember one of my buddies. We were out and he had one of those, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm going to have some," because he got it from a cannabis store, just hooked him up with it, or a dispensary, and so he just opens it up and just chugs it.
Oh boy!
And I looked at it and I go, that was 30 servings in that bottle. And it's always fun to mess with someone who's stoned. And he starts freaking out. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Am I going to be okay? I'm like, I don't know, man. I've never heard of anyone drinking a bottle.
Of course you did that.
30 servings in it. And so when he hit that final point of pure anxiety, I showed him, I was like, it's 2 servings, man. You're fine.
Yeah.
That was good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Still, dude, 2 servings. Man. And there's a new study that just came out saying that an increasing number of middle-aged and older adults are indeed using marijuana and using it a lot. Part of the reason...
Get old, get high.
Yeah. Dude, seriously, a lot of us old people seriously could use a get high. I mean, a lot of people. I think really, if we get people in this country high, Facebook would be a nicer place. Seriously, honestly, it would be a nicer place if some of those folks just got a little high.
Plus, all the advertisements on the page would just be for food stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that.
Way better than everything they're advertising these days.
I agree. How about that? They're saying, of course, they're saying that the laws surrounding marijuana have become more permissive in many states. So more older Americans seem to be giving the drug a try. Some for recreation, others in the hopes of easing medical ailments. It makes me wonder if we've seen a lot of people move to Washington, people moving to Massachusetts and Colorado.
There's so many states now that do it. I mean, Nevada.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's less than 20, right? Though still,
that's still a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like it's 8.
That's a lot less than 20.
It's a lot less than 20.
Yeah, so...
Really, 12 less.
So I would love to see those 8 states. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Can tell you're not too high yet. I just wonder, how many people have moved to those states, if we could see those figures, especially middle-aged to older people that really want to treat themselves.
Now, is that 8 that's just for recreation?
For recreation,
because there's also medicinal places as well.
Yeah, there's
that's
some
probably the other 12 you're talking about.
That could be.
Yeah.
As of the end of June, Oklahoma became the 30th state to legalize medical marijuana.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot of states. I was not aware that at least medical marijuana was getting hip in all those states. That's great.
I'm thinking, though, if I'm at, 70, 80 years old, all bets are off. Whatever drug you want me to try, I'm down.
All right.
You know what I mean? You kind of had that,
I'll let you know when I hit the 70s if I'm...
There's Grandpa. He's frying on acid. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Perfect. Why not?
Right.
What else are you going to do?
He's been staring at his cane for the last 7 hours.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Now it's time for Facebook Drama.
And BJ, once again, this is our opportunity to point out the morons that are on Facebook. This is an actual Facebook post. The drama unfolds because of it, and we are going to act it out. This time around, BJ, you'll be the original poster. You will be Diana.
All right.
Rev, you'll be Felicia.
Sweet.
I'll play the role of Kelly. And Vicky, you will be Fred.
Nice.
All right, so once again, the original poster is Diana. So BJ, please take it away.
Oh, I don't feel good at all. Sad face emoji.
Sweetie, I'm so sorry. What's wrong?
My head hurts. My nose is all stuffed up and my back is killing me.
I swear, there's always something wrong with you. You're always sick or sad or in pain in some way.
Wow, have a little compassion, Kelly. Diana's not feeling 100% and just needs love right now.
Felicia, don't fall for this poor Diana crap. I deal with it at work all the time. We call her #Diana the Downer.
OMG, you have a hashtag for me? That's so rude. I really don't think I can come in, Kelly. I feel like I'm dying.
Bitch, you're not dying. Get it together, put on your work clothes, and I'll see you in a few hours.
Diana, I really don't think you should work for someone who doesn't care about your well-being.
I think you should stop babying her and having her live in this fantasy world where you can miss all the work you want just because you don't feel good. Everyone doesn't feel good some days. You just have to suck it up.
Oh, I have a migraine now.
Suck it up, Diana.
Oh, I just can't.
Suck, period, it, period, up, period.
Are we still talking about Diana being sick or devil face emoji?
Suck it up, Diana. Suck it up.
$10 says she works for the service industry.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
She's definitely a waitress or bartender of sorts.
And she's creating this, I don't feel good, so she doesn't have to come to work.
Yep.
I love how Fred just dropped in at the last minute to say, oh, I want to talk sex.
Yeah, Fred got thirsty.
Yeah. There's a shocker.
Well, I bet, because Diana's hot.
Oh, man. Yeah. You know, look, I think people used to say I was that guy. I think that's
the
used
thirsty
to?
guy? Well,
what are you talking about? No, as far as the guy that's always using a reason not to come into work.
No, yeah, you definitely are doing that less.
Yeah, well, it's because I got enough vacation time now.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, there's one way to get it. Just You know what, guys? I'll take my vacation one way or the other. You better give it to me.
Less spiders are biting you.
Yeah. Oh well, still. Come on now, don't. I've been lucky so far this year.
I didn't say that they're gonna bite you.
I know, but don't jinx it.
You think I'm gonna jinx you here? Like the spiders are listening to the show.
Yes.
And they're like, bless you. And then they're also like, hey, Steve's making fun of us.
You know how it
bite
is.
BJ.
You don't talk about no hitters when the guy's in a no hitter, and you don't jinx the spiders not biting me yet. All right, I'm so far, knock on wood, I've gotten through a season so far, and I haven't had one bite. And you know they're everywhere.
They are.
Yeah,
they're coming for you, BJ.
I know. See, don't know.
While you're asleep, they're crawling in your ears.
Yeah. No. Oh, all right. So Vicky doesn't like spiders either.
Nope.
But at least when they bite her, they don't give her all the issues.
Nope.
Yeah.
But then we had that whole thing about things that annoy you about coworkers, and people texted about it. I think it even showed up on the thing. Is the people that show up that are sick to work, and in turn getting everyone sick around them. So what is it? Where's that fine line?
Well,
it's tough.
You can kind of tell when there's the people that are always not feeling good or have excuses. Like I worked with
Joe.
Right. I worked with a girl once who she's like, oh, I hurt my arm, so I can't, come into work for a couple of days. I have to wear my sling, and it just really hurts, so I can't work. And then she posts pictures of herself that night out at a club or a bar until like 3 a.m. Like she's posting at 3 a.m. that she was out, no sling, no nothing, just having a good time.
Oh, that's just a moron.
Right.
So, but how dumb is she?
Right.
I mean, that's just dumb.
And she annoyed me, so I showed it to my manager. I'm like, check it. Yes. Because I'm just like, I have to cover.
Come on, Vicky.
If I have to cover for this bitch, then screw it.
You don't need to dime her out.
Oh, I did. She was too new to do this stuff.
I'm with Vicky on this one.
You would dime someone out like
that? If
I
have to cover for your dumb ass, and that means I don't get to have my fun night that I'm supposed to have because I have to work a double shift, yeah, I'm totally diming
When you
out.
talk to her first before you dime them?
No, you're dimed. Because my whole evening, as I've worked in the service retail industry too, and it sucks when they go, look, can you stay late because Slappy's not coming, and go,
Sure.
again, I have to stay late because of Slappy? Oh, yeah, I dime that bitch out.
Oh, no, she had only been around for like maybe a month. I'm like, you don't pull that in a month in. Like,
Did she get fired?
Oh, yeah.
You feel good about that?
If you were a buddy of mine...
That was the last straw.
I got kids.
Nobody liked her.
She's got bills to pay.
So you can tell where Steve is. Steve is the guy.
Partying to do.
Yeah.
She had a husband. He could pay for it.
Oh, all right. Well, I see. I wouldn't even care about the situation. I care about my life. Because that's what stinks. Is like you're the one that has to pay for somebody else not coming in. And you're like, oh, why do I have to be the responsible one and work over, and it's like, I want to go home.
If there's somebody in her position, then they might not hire someone right away. So if there's an empty spot, then they have to hire someone.
You're just helping the economy.
Yeah, I'm helping,
Good job, Vicky.
the whole restaurant morale.
See that, Vicky. See, Vicky's all about the country.
Yes.
She's American.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a relative that you spend a lot of time with, that you spent a lot of time with when you were growing up? You can be a cousin, aunt, or whatever, but now you haven't seen or talked to them in years?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's never by my... you live on the other side of the country. It makes it difficult to see family that you even want to see. I'm excited to finally go home right around Thanksgiving time to be able to spend some time with the family, and that's going to be really fun. Get to bang it all out in like pretty much one dinner.
Yeah.
To see everyone. But there's a couple people in our family that I never understood why we don't ever see them anymore. Clearly something happened that is outside of my world that upset my father or my mother to the point where they're like, we're just done with these people. But like, I never had an issue with them, and they're just gone. I don't even know where they are anymore.
Dude, that's the same thing with me.
They're probably dead now. But
I don't know if there was ever an issue, but once my father passed away, his whole side of the family, I really don't see at all anymore. Mm-hmm. I've reconnected with a one guy who was a cousin of mine on Facebook, but still, it's like, that's it.
Weird.
Yeah, and it's nobody, as far as I know, nobody did anything. I hope I didn't do anything. It's just, I think you kind of fall away and live your life. And again, I'm out here in Seattle, so it's not easy to get together with people.
See, I had that for a long time. There was some like parent issues that I didn't know about until I got older. There was fighting and stuff. So I reached out to one of my cousins. I grew up, she was my sister basically when we were little. And many years went by, we didn't get to see each other. And now we're in each other's lives constantly because we agreed, you know what? I don't care what our parents are talking about, what kind of crap they're spewing about your parents or my parents, whatever.
Right.
You and I want you in my life. And so we make it a point to see each other and talk to each other on a regular basis.
See, that's the Romeo and Juliet problem for the parents. Like when the kids go, we're going to get along whether you want to or not.
Well, it makes them reevaluate and they have to think, oh, well, maybe what we're fighting about is really petty. It's like, no, yeah, it is.
Good luck to you trying to get older people to figure that out.
Oh, no.
Because you're right, but they never want to see that.
Yeah, because I think about some of my cousins that I never see anymore. And the times that I have seen them, unfortunately, were at funerals. But I always had a lot of fun just hanging out and talking with them. Like, not enough to where I'm going to make an effort to go see them outside of it, you know. But I mean,
yeah.
But it was kind of a bummer that they weren't a part of the family get-togethers anymore because there was some beef or some drama between, you know, somebody in our family and their parents.
3 out of 4 people actually in the survey say, yeah, that's the case. There are people they don't see. That they used to be a close family member that they've totally lost touch with. See, if you're close, that's what's really sad, is if you were really close with somebody and then you never see them again. A quarter said they haven't seen the person in at least a decade.
Yeah, I think about like my uncle passed away, but my dad's brother, I thought he was the coolest guy. Although my mind was blown when I found out that he had a toupee on. I didn't know that until he was sick and I went and visited him. And I was like, whoa. I didn't know you lose your hair from diabetes.
Oh, man.
I didn't say that to him. I said, my father was like, my dad's like, you idiot. He's been wearing a toupee since you've been old enough to understand like the English language. Like he's been bald just as long as me. And I had no idea. I was like, well, that was a pretty dope toupee.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously when he got sick, he just didn't care anymore.
He was done.
Yeah, he was in the hospital. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know if you guys ever saw this in your life, but a lot of people had family reunions. I know my wife's side had family reunions.
No, we never had.
Yeah,
they're called funerals. That's the family reunion.
Right.
You're right. That's so true, Steve. That's why when there was this concept of a family reunion that my wife said, hey, my family's having a family reunion, you will be my date. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this is. This is kind of cool that everybody comes and gets together. And you, like you said, Steve, it's not for a funeral.
Yeah, I can't think of it last time. I mean, that obviously like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinners, but that's not a full family reunion either.
Yeah, they rented out a hall, the one I went to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because they had, you know,
what kind of food you guys have?
Oh.
I'm going to say buffet style.
Yeah, right. I don't remember because it was like over 25 years ago when it was there. We were like the kids.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it was good. I bet.
I bet.
I mean, I'm sure it was good.
Probably. I like pasta.
What kind of food you have? I bet. Yeah, they were Italian, so pasta was probably part
Meatballs.
of it.
Yeah, lots of meatballs.
Awesome. Yeah.
Somebody says, my family has a family reunion the last Sunday in July since the late 70s. I have pics of everyone for each year. It's pretty cool. That would be awesome.
I agree. That would really be awesome. That's why I kind of like my high school reunion. It was like, in a way, they were my extended family. When you think about it, who else do you have but close friends that you go to school with? And I was so bummed. It's like, wow, they all kept getting together, and I was the one that didn't. I'm glad. And then I thought, you know what? I want to be part of this now. Since I was part of it, and they were so welcoming, I go, okay, I want to be part of the rest of these, however often you do them.
The one thing I don't like about when we do end up having a family reunion for whatever reason, whether baptism or whatever, I feel like there's always this, look how much money I have kind of a thing. So if we go to a restaurant, there's always one person that had like, oh, no, I'll pay. And there's a fight on who's going to pay. And they pay for the whole thing. Like, they don't understand the concept of pay for yourself. Like, I don't know if you guys...
Can
I get invited to these get-together? I'll be more than happy to dip out to the bathroom when everyone's trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.